Hi guys, Slider2732 did a video the other day. He had one of these SYMA cameras. He'd actually taken the case off it to make it a bit lighter, and he wanted to put it on a paper glider and fly it across his yard, which he did, but he also put it on one of these little foamies just to make sure it worked. The purpose of his video was the paper plane, but he did also put it on one of these foamies. And I thought, yeah, I've got a couple of those laying on my desk. They've been there for about a year, and I haven't done anything with them. I did originally intend to RC them. I've done one before RC'd, but I just haven't been able to get round to it, or to be more exact, I haven't been enthusiastic enough to get on and do it due to the regulations on radio control flying nowadays, because I'm not a registered RC flyer. Anyway, that's the backstory. The front story is, if I want to put one of these on here and just use it as a chuck glider, this bit comes off if you're gentle. A little bit of glue there and there on it, and they come off if you're lucky. Depends how much glue they've put on there, really. And they've got two ball bearings in there for nose weight. So if we weigh it, I'll have to move the camera, won't I? I don't think we'll be able to see it. Not very clearly. Well, I'll tell you. That's 44 grams. Okay, so if we take that off, measure it again, 27 grams. So if you do the maths, how heavy should that be? 17 grams. How heavy is that? 9 grams. And a small vape battery? 18 grams. That's pretty close, isn't it? 18 grams, 17 grams. Obviously, the bit of foam itself weighs a little bit. But I'm thinking if I take the two ball bearings out, I'm going to have to cut a bit of the foam out anyway, which will make it a little bit lighter. Shove the battery in there somewhere. Slice this about so we can actually have the camera sitting on top somewhere. Obviously, we want the lens clear, so we can't bury it right in there. I suppose we could. We could have it right down there somewhere. Just chop the top of the nose off. Trouble is, if you chop too much off, you're going to weaken it, because that, while that's on there, that's part of the strength. Once you take that off, we've got a bit of a weak point there that it's going to break when it lands heavily, which it will do if I throw it. The other thing is where the centre of gravity is. With that in place, it's about halfway across the wing. Oh, you can't see where my fingers are. It's about 50% of the cord. If I turn that around somewhere. So on the face of it, we should be able to push a little hole in there, melt a little hole, so we can just shove the vape battery in there. And then stick this on the front here. So it's just a matter of deciding whether we want to cut the canopy or just stick that in. So if I cut the canopy, it would actually help retain the strength a little bit, because we'd still have some of it there. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it breaks. These are only a couple of quid, and I have got 3 of them in total if we count the one that is RC. Yeah, I might just use a sharp knife and see if we can scallop the top out there a little bit so that can sit on there. This is one that I modified a little bit. There's normally 3 wires coming out of it, 2 for power and 1 for signal. But what I've done is the 3rd wire, I've just put that push button on there, because you just hold it in for a few seconds and that switches on the recording. Got a SD card in there, micro SD. It's not high quality. It's only, I think it might be 1080p. Yeah, thereabouts. It's not the worst, but it's certainly not the best. And it would normally be that way up underneath the drone. So obviously I just have to flip it over in editing so we have it the right way up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop that about, get the ball bearings out, sit that on there again with that in there, and as I say, melt a hole in there so we can bury that in there somewhere and try and get the balance back to where it should be. Right, haven't fixed the camera in place yet. Haven't decided whether I'm going to fix it or just strap it in place. Need to cut a little bit more out the back so we can get the SD card out. Although if we're just going to strap it in place, we can take it off to get the SD card out. The vape battery I've buried in there. We could shorten the lead because we don't need it that length. So that will save a tiny little bit of weight. If we take that, shorten that back down. That fits on there. So that will fit on there. It might pay just to wrap a rubber band around there to hold it in place. That means in the event of a crash, it can come loose. I was thinking of epoxying it in place, 2-part epoxy glue. But a good rubber band around there would actually do it. How about the weight? Do you remember what it was without the balls in it? Or with the balls in it? Let's put that together. $46. And how about the balance point? I reckon we're just about the same place. That's luck rather than judgment. But yeah, I'd say that's pretty much the same. Yeah, I'll shorten those. They don't need to be as long as that. They only need to get to there. Do that the right way round, might help. Okay. That's ready. And if we hold that in for 1, 2, 3, I think that's it. Is that it? No, that was a single shot. Hold it in for a bit longer. That's it. That's now filming. So yeah, this looks like it might work. I do like the idea of just putting a rubber band around it. So say, in the event of the crash, in the event of the inevitable crash, that being able to fall off might be a safety feature. I might just trim that little bit off the top of there because I think that will be just in view of the camera. So we'll just take that off. Do that in a minute. There we are. So I've shortened the battery lead so we haven't got it blowing around in the wind. A couple of rubber bands just to hold it in place. The only slight problem is it's raining out there, but I might just go out there and risk throwing it across the garden, see how it flies. Whoa, that was lucky. Couldn't have got much closer to going over the wall. Oh dear, that was lucky. Let's just do a gentle one across. I've still got the wireless microphone on, so I don't know if it'll be picking me up out here. Don't know what the distance is like. Let's throw that a little bit lower. Okay. Well, we don't want to go any longer because it is raining a little bit. So that'll do. Well, that'll be interesting to know if my wireless microphone worked when I was out in the garden. So there we go. Our camera on a chuck glider. If we get some nice weather, I'll take it out and give it a better throw. We were really lucky there, it didn't go over the fence. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.